Forgot to do that part. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Tuesday, January 31st. It's the last day of January 2023. My name's Jeremy. This is my first cup. Can you believe that 1 month is already gone in this year? That's insane. Who's here? I want to say good morning to Frank and Liz and Mark and Kelly and Liz again and Rebecca and Stacy and Dennis and all the rest of you out there watching live later or listening. Thank you for coming by. I hope you were well. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic Monday. I hope it exceeded all of your expectations. And I hope your expectations were high. Whether you trained or not, I want to know what you did. I want to know what you're doing today. If there's stuff you want support on, drop it in the chat. Good morning, Jenny. And I'm sure some of the fine people around here will offer you some support. If you got stuff that you want to share, I'll put it up on the screen. Now, yesterday was a busy, kind of disjointed day for me in that the next training program that rolls out very soon, well, technically it's live now. I had to get it going. There was somebody on the team, one of the new members of the team who was supposed to do it, didn't do it. So I had to get it going. I did 7 of the days yesterday, as well as a bunch of other stuff around it. And I'll get another 7 going later this week, and we'll finish it while I'm away. Speaking of my time away, I go away tomorrow. There will be a show because somehow I do not have an early morning flight. I have an 11 a.m. flight. That's weird. Can't say that's happened. But that's what's going on there. And those of you in the Northeast, have you seen the temperatures we have coming? Have you seen what this weekend is supposed to be? I saw something overnight. I saw it this morning. Somebody posted it overnight. And it was a weather map showing the minimum wind chill for our area for part of the weekend being negative 40 something degrees. I don't remember because it really doesn't matter at that point. I picked a wonderful time to leave. Go me. Looks like I picked the coldest weather of the winter. Stacy says, yeah, nope. Yeah. So I'm pretty much packed. I took a couple photos yesterday and sent them to a friend of the disaster that was the piles of the living room. Now, we'll see how they do as I travel and as I travel back. But I bought some new packing cubes. I suspected these existed, and I looked and looked and looked and couldn't find them. And eventually, somehow I got advertised to that these exist. Packing cubes that compress. Not compress with a vacuum, like those vacuum bags. I mean, I've tried to travel with those. Those don't quite work the way you want them to. But zipper compression. And I have 2 weeks of clothes in just over half of a carry-on right now. The bags are incredibly dense. It took me minutes to zip them up. I'm half expecting they're going to explode, but whatever. That's what they're designed for. And if they blow up, I'll send them back. But that's kind of neat, right? There was a part of me that was like, maybe I won't check a bag, but I can't quite do it. I could, but I wouldn't be able to bring my camera and some of the other things I want to bring. Frank says, if they could bottle Jeremy's energy, I'd buy a year's supply. Wake up at 5 and take a cold shower. That's where most of it's coming from right now. Kelly says, so Jeremy is going somewhere warm. I thought that was pretty obvious. Look, if somebody goes away in the middle of winter in Vermont, and they're not like on by choice, and they're not going somewhere warm, they're probably nuts. And I mean, really, genuinely, who does that? Who says, it's February in Vermont. I think I'm going to go vacation. Well, I'll take it back. If somebody went for skiing, if somebody went for like a skiing trip, I could see that. But beyond that, who says, it'd be a nice time to go to Des Moines? I don't think anybody says that anywhere, but Kelly says, it's so cold Saturday, they canceled the penguin plunge, which is a good thing. It's when the kids jump in the lake to raise money. Wow, that's cold. Dennis is driving to the office. Good morning, Matt. Matt worked a double, got to watch my boss meltdown over the crew. He only puts on the nights I'm in charge. I got a good laugh. Stacy says, minus 14 actual, and yes, I saw that map. My phone's telling me minus 18 where I am, but there's not a lot. There's not a lot of difference between minus 14 and minus 18 and minus 22. If you go outside, it's still brutal. Good morning, Brian. Stacy said, there goes your Des Moines listenership. If we had Des Moines listenership, I apologize. Hey, can everybody do me a favor and drop a heart or a thumbs up or whatever's appropriate, depending on the platform you're paying attention on? I'd appreciate that. Jenny says, dude, my husband is watching. What the heck? I love you guys. That's hysterical. There we go. There's hearts and stuff rolling in. Thank you, everyone. Is there anything else to share? I think I'm going to go. So when I was packing my duffel, it's a very large duffel that I've had for 15 years. And it's a great size. The problem, I don't love that it's not hard-sided, but there's also, there's some advantages there. But I'm down to one functional zipper pull. I tried to fix them, and then one of the zipper pulls, a little thing that hooks on, snapped off. Apparently, we're past the usable life on this bag. I could make it work, but what if it degrades more in transit? I could be stuck. I don't think buying luggage in is going to be very convenient. So I will probably pop out later today, grab that. I've got 3 podcast interviews today. There was 4 scheduled. One of those folks has to reschedule, and that's totally fine because it means that some of the things I have to do, like the books and making sure I can move money around if need be, I'll do those in that spot. So we'll do that. I went to the gym last night. I'll probably go again today. I'm bringing some exercise bands with me. Do some working out in my hotel room. It's snowing. Big fat snowflakes coming down. I was thinking maybe we need to find a way to do an episode on personal defense, personal security while you're on vacation. I might do something with that while I'm away. If that's a topic that is of interest, let me know. There are some things that I do. For example, part of why I like being able to have a check bag is I can bring a knife. Can't bring a knife on the plane. Can't bring hardly anything of value on a plane. The best thing you can bring on a plane is a really heavy-duty pen. And sometimes I do that. I don't currently have a big heavy-duty pen. I have small pens, small heavy-duty pens at this point. Kelly says, Frank, cold shower? No way, Burr. I don't start cold. I think I've told you guys this, but I'll remind you. I found this little thermometer that threads in line on my shower head. It cost me $15, and it has a digital readout. So I set the temperature what I want when I get in. And as I'm taking my shower, I slowly bring it down. And when I started doing this, in a 90-degree shower felt cool. I'm down to 70 by the end of my shower now. And yeah, it's cool. It's even cold, but my teeth aren't chattering. And I'm going to keep going. I'll probably have to stay at that temperature as a basement temperature when I come back, because I'm not expecting the water where I'm going to be very cold. But Kelly says I can actually bring my self-defense keychain on the plane. If it's a Kubotan or something like that, yeah. The challenge is it all depends on who's enforcing the regulations. If it's someone at the TSA that is both grumpy or power struck and knows what it is, maybe less likely. Yeah, this is where a belt becomes super handy. Nobody objects to a belt. I'm bringing a new belt this time. Does not have a buckle because I don't want the weight of a buckle with what I'm doing. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. I really do. I hope you checked out yesterday's episode of Martial Arts Radio with Max. Gotten some great feedback on that. And I hope 30-day challenge is going well. For some of you, this is the last day, but don't fret. I will share this with all of you. I plugged in a couple bonus workouts. Then you have 2 more days to figure out what you want to do next if you want to continue the habit that you're doing. Some of you are doing a wonderful job with that. Some of you have really expressed to me that this format, this email, 10 minutes, I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. It's simple, just somebody's telling me what to do, has been really effective. And the next program, the one that I just built over the last couple of weeks, is very much like that. It's still 10 minutes and still emailed to you. This one is not free, but as you will see in your upcoming emails with the bonus workouts, there's a pretty hefty discount on an already inexpensive program. This says bonus workouts. Awesome. Jenny says, done. Boom. Stacy carries a cane on the plane. Brian says bonus levels. Yeah, we can call them bonus levels. Maybe we should do a program that kind of mimics gameplay. Welcome to level 2. Tea is good today. Brian says free DLC. For those of you who are not nerds like Brian and I, downloadable content, which is a way that a lot of game publishers extend the lifespan of a game. They'll release new maps or challenges or levels or characters or whatever to keep people playing. There are no characters to the programs. I mean, you can be whoever you want while you do your workouts. But we will see. So I got a question yesterday. I think it was Jenny asked me if this next program, does this kick off? Or are we going to do a new one every month? And the answer is maybe. I have to see how many people, because it looks like from the numbers I'm looking at, there are 60 something people doing the 30-day challenge still. There are a lot more that started. But based on the number of people who have not unsubscribed and the number of people opening the emails, it looks like, assuming everybody who opens it does it, which I'm sure there are people who don't. They look at it and they're like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. There are, let's call it 60 something people. Out of those people, how many of them will shift over to this new paid program? Because I'm not going to keep rolling out free programs. Flex will probably turn into another free program. Well, it is a free program, to another email program, because I think people might dig that. We will find out. But the whole reason of doing a free program is to get people to kind of fall in and see what we're doing and hopefully buy something at some point. So we'll see what the results are over the next week or so. And if the results are really positive, I'll work on the next one because I've already got ideas for several more, as you might imagine. Good morning, Mike. Kelly says, I'm thinking about changing terminology from calling promotions testing to leveling up. I actually really like that. It very much reflects what happens when we level up in martial arts. It's more difficult. We have more expected of us. The things we have to do are more challenging. Are you ready for the next level? You fight the big boss at the end, and if In other words, can you apply all the skills you've learned to get past this difficult thing? Yes. Okay. Well, then you're ready for more challenge. Dig it. Brian, I am not putting that up on the screen because I don't want to ruin the challenge for other people. I will say that the 2 bonus workouts on days 31 and 32 are not like anything you've done. Some of you will love them. Some of you will not. And I mean that truly. Some of you will really love them. Dennis, I suspect, is going to love the format for those. Who else would love that? I don't know. I know what Dennis likes to train more than I know what most of you like to train. So it is time. Frank sent over some stuff. We're going to share it. Thank you, as always, to my great friend Frank for all that you do for the show. Thank you to Josh for our theme music. Thank you to Denise for the audio. Jersey Joe Walcott, originally named Arnold Raymond Cream. That's an old school name. Born January 31st, that's today, 1914. Merchantville, New Jersey. Died February 25th, 94. In Camden, New Jersey. An American world heavyweight boxing champion from July 18th of 1951. When he was, 37? Oh. When he knocked out Ezzard Charles in 7 rounds in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania until September 23rd, 1952. When he was knocked out by Rocky Marciano in 13 rounds in Philadelphia. The son of immigrants from Barbados, Walcott became a professional boxer in 1930. He won actually, I don't know that his last name is Walcott. It could be Walcott. But we have a town nearby here that is not Walcott, it's Walcott, because we pronounce things funny in Vermont. Became a professional boxer in 1930. Won the heavyweight title in 51, only after losing 2 title bouts to the aging Joe Louis, including a controversial decision in New York City on December 5th, 47, and 2 to Ezzard Charles. He was 37 years old when he knocked out Charles to become heavyweight champion. Between 1930 and 1953, Walcott had 69 professional bouts. Yeah, I'm doing both ways just to cover my bases. Winning 50, of which 30 were by knockouts. This is an impressive boxer. I don't know this man's name. His bout with Marciano in 52 is considered one of the most exciting heavyweight championship fights of all time. After retiring from the ring, Walcott organized youth programs and served as a sheriff and athletic commissioner in New Jersey. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1991. That's really impressive. I think more impressive is that I've never heard of this person, but feel like I should have. Cool. And who knows what of the many things it's in response to, but Dennis says, woo! I'm always impressed with people who are persistent, whether that be in competition, in training, in their professional career, in life, in their personal relationships. Right? Persistence is a sign of discipline. You have a goal, you work towards it, and you have the discipline to continue that work regardless of the things that are going on. I have put some things in place that are making me a bit more disciplined. Waking up first thing in the morning, You always wake up first thing. My morning routine has really made my life better. Am I losing sleep? Yep. Sometimes I go to bed earlier than I used to, but not always. Like last night, I watched the 3rd episode of The Last of Us, and holy cow. If you have not played the games, you would really enjoy that episode. If you have played the games, it's incredible. They take a character that they hint at some things in the game and really take it far. Like most of the episode is about delving into that character. And I was really impressed and proud of them for doing that. I broke my own train of thought. But if you're trying to accomplish anything, you need to set yourself up for success. And part of that is making sure that you are disciplined in your efforts. Whatever your goals are, you have to work towards them. And whether we're talking about testing or class or whatever, we live in this society that's constantly telling us you need these big wins every whatever, otherwise it's not working out and you should quit. How many people have set up boundaries for their own training? Oh, I'm going to train when I lose weight, when I get in better shape, when this happens, when that happens, when my life calms down. No, the people who train don't have calm, easy lives. Half of them are not in great shape. They train because it's important to them and they just keep showing up and they trust the process. And that's what most of life is. Really small incremental progress that you do not see day to day or effort to effort. You see it over broad spans of time. And you have to trust yourself that you're moving in the right direction. Oh, the nerdiness going on is really funny. Dennis says his woo was in response to most likely enjoying the format of the bonus workouts. Mike says, I was persistent in getting a guest date with the woman who is my wife. Awesome. Dennis says, I'm waiting until I can binge watch Last of Us. I would not be able. Oh, a first date, not a guest date. Dennis is waiting until he can binge watch The Last of Us. I could not wait. Knowing how much I wanted to see that show, knowing how wonderful it has been, some of the anticipation from week to week is enjoyable. I'll admit it. What are they going to do next week? Because what they did with this last episode is they kind of took it in a slightly different direction from the game. Not extremely, but different enough that it makes you go, oh, okay. So they are going to follow the general plot, but it's not going to be in perfect sequence. And that makes you wonder, what are they going to do next? It's exciting. So I want you to take notice of the things that you do because you know that over time they help you. Now, some of those may be things that you've pulled out of 12 Months to Health, or they might be workouts in the 30-day challenge, or they might be going to class, or brushing your teeth. I want you to take notice of the things that are small but impactful over time. And then I'd like you to think about, what are the things I want that I do not have? My goals could be financial or physical or professional or personal. How do I break that goal down into something that I can work on a little bit at a time? Ideally every day, or connect it to something else you're doing. When I'm done here, I'm listening to an audio program. That's something I started at the encouragement of my coach, my professional coach. And I noticed it really did a great job setting the tone for my day. So I have continued that. While I listen to that, I clean the house and I do other things and I make breakfast. Awesome. I'm stacking these things so I can do more than one thing at a time, which works really well for me. I get more done. You all have opportunities for stuff like that. If you say you don't have time to listen to this, well, what do you listen to in the car? You could listen to podcasts or audiobooks or whatever in the car. I don't have time to read. Sure you do. No one says you have to read more than a couple minutes at a time. There's always a way if it's important to you. You just got to be honest about what's important. Good morning, Nathan. So I hope you have a great day. I hope whatever you're chipping away at, you notice some progress today. And if you don't, that's okay. But I hope you trust yourself and that the effort you're putting in is valuable. It's worthwhile. You deserve it. I hope to see you tomorrow. And I hope that if you love what we do, you're willing to support us in some way. It could be telling people about the stuff that we do. Tell a friend, tell a training partner, tell your instructor, tell your students. But you could also pick something up at whistlekick.com with the code FIRSTCUP15. You could join the Patreon for as little as $2 a month. Help us out that way. But you could also check out the family page, whistlekick.com/family. Probably not getting updated until tomorrow. And see all the cool stuff that we've got going on behind the scenes that we don't talk about anywhere else. You'll probably get some behind the scenes on my travel plans tomorrow. So if you want to know where I'm going, there will probably be some clues in there. There'll be some clues on my personal social media. If you want to follow me, you should be able to find me. Not very difficult to find. By this time, most of you know my name. Thank you, Mike. Mike says, great seeing you this weekend. We'll spread the word. I finally got to meet Mike in person. And for those of you who don't know, that's Mike Rowe. He's been on the show twice. And it was awesome. We had some great conversation. Good man. Drove all the way from Nebraska to Atlantic City. I think he said 20 hours. That's dedication. That's a lot of podcasts and audiobooks on the way. Take care, everyone. I will see you back here tomorrow. Be well. Peace.